My name is Milena Popova. I'm the head of the reuse services team at Europeana, and the team is responsible for developing new partnerships and projects around reuse of digital cultural content in education, in research, and the creative industries. And therefore, I'm here today at the Moving Culture Conference so that we can see together other exciting examples of reuse of cultural content. Starting a bit back in time and also in the work of Europeana. Creative industries was the first market Europeana experimented with reuse of digital cultural content. And as you are aware, dance and performing arts are defined as creative industries as well. So back then in time, in let's say 4 or 5 years ago, we ran a number of pilots in various, you can say, creative industries areas, dance being one of them. And one of the pilots was within the context of the eSpace projects. So it was together with partners. So we experimented what are the potential applications, exciting ones, about reusing of dance content in practice. And I'm very happy to see that the work with dance content has been continued during the time, particularly within the CultureMoves projects. And there are a number of excellent examples how dance content can be used for territorial promotion and for revitalization of the regions. So I'm looking forward to tonight to see also some fantastic, at least what is online dance exhibition installation. I'm really passionate about education and culture. We at Europeana have invested a lot in this area in the last 2 years, and we have really found out how important culture heritage is for education and in what ways it can really support the digital transformation of the classroom. Just to give you an example, cultural heritage can bring a lot of insights and enrich any teaching subjects from history, languages, and arts to biology, chemistry, math, and ICT. It can enhance digital learning. It can support pedagogical innovations. And one of the examples of pedagogical innovations are the massive open online courses. Europeana launched an massive open online course in 2018. It's in general about how cultural heritage can be used to build 21st century skills, being critical thinking, creativity, problem solving, collaboration, media literacy, and more. This course will be run again in 2020, but there are also other examples, again, from our partners, which focus on a bit more specific area. And our partner, CultureMoves project, will launch, I think in January, a massive open online course which will focus exactly on this area and explore how the reuse of cultural content, particularly the dance content, can be used to achieve more impact in education. After the MOOC, we asked teachers and students to tell us which are the top 5 competencies they felt, they meaning the teachers and their students, developed as a result of the course. And I don't have the list of the skills at the moment, but out of my head, I have exactly the 21st century skills: critical thinking, media literacy, And what I like that in the teacher list, they felt they developed more their subject-specific competencies, and for students that they felt more engaged with the learning materials, which eventually we all want for, for young people.
My name is Alfredo De Liguori. I'm the marketing manager of Puglia Promozione. Puglia Promozione is the Puglia Tourist Board, and we take care of all the marketing activity, communication, promotion, and both business to business and business to consumer activities. I'm here because I've been invited probably to bring what was our work and what we did in promotion of our destination in the last 10 years probably, and I'm actually really happy to be here because being together with so important and so interesting experience makes me proud of being here. I think this is really the challenge of not only of Puglia but of everywhere in the world, because we have to pay attention of what's going to happening with tourism everywhere in the world, because tourism is like a medal with two faces. So we have to work on one phase and try to make this phase more important than the other ones, because it can bring development, but it can also damage some places, especially if we talk about third world countries sometimes, or developing countries. But it can affect also modern countries, also Western cities. And so we have to try to balance and not just look at numbers, but look at quality of people traveling and tourism, and preserve our community. And this is what Barcelona did, and Berlin did, and New York did, and they're trying to work with for example, the Airbnb phenomenon. And so Airbnb is good from one point of view, and from other point of view, you have to give rules. And so this is very important. I think that rules are important. So to have a frame of rules for the development of a touristic destination. And authenticity is very important for Puglia because it's still it's very Mediterranean country, and authenticity is what people traveling look for. Okay, so they want to look at our traditional farmhouses called the masserie, and they want to do Mediterranean experience that can be having a dinner in a olive field, going to do olive picking and harvesting, going to have a wine experience or sport experience like biking or canoeing along our coast. But as I told during the presentation, I think people, they play a key role in this. It's an exchange, so this exchange is very important. They have both to give something to the other. It's not just something about commercial and about money, but it's something about development. When you go back from a trip, you want to be more rich, and if you host somebody in your house, in your hotel, or if you're a tour operator, you want to be enriched by the exchange you have with the international community. And for us, it's very interesting to have international travelers in places where a few years ago there were no international tourism. I mean, we definitely work with our tradition and bring them everywhere in the world. When we do, for example, promotional events, we always bring our grandmothers to make our traditional pasta that is named orecchiette, small ears. So we always bring our grandmothers to make this pasta. We call it mani in pasta in Italian, and because it's part of our tradition. We bring our dancers and our traditional drums and music, and teach the people on how to dance and how to play our music. So the idea is to keep all this tradition alive, because travelers, they want to see this tradition. They want to join this tradition and experience them. They just love it. They love it too, that international community like Puglia, and when they see that Puglia is on New York Times or on Condé Nast Traveler, National Geographic, and Lonely Planet, and so on, they're proud of it and they're happy of it, and they keep sharing and promoting it. You know, last year Bari, the regional capital, was named one of the best cities in Europe by Lonely Planet, and all the community was so happy, and everybody was sharing this news everywhere. So I think the impact is really good.